Hi, my name is Bon. Merry Christmas, everyone. You know that today we're continuing Series 2. As you can see, Series 2. Usually we actually completed Series 1, Dinosaurs Before the Dark, but today we're doing Bingo, Series 2. So let's get started. See here. Let's explain about the cover, everyone. See how the castle right here, the window lights and the blue cape. That's only for protection for the horse, and 3 people sitting on it. You see how the knight has a sword on his hip, and Annie and Jack are in front of the knight. And this might be right here, this might be a horse protection that protects the horse if it gets hit on the head. Okay, let's start. Oh, here we go. Here's the thing. Right now, everyone, you see the magic trios, all of these cool things. We're not at the end yet, 28. So we're at the beginning, Series 2, Night at Dawn. Here, let's see. By Mary Pope Osborne. Illustrated by Saul Maduka. Okay, let's go. Ooh, Chapter 1, The Dark Woods. Oh, you can see, let's explain the cover first. You see Jack can't sleep. He put his glasses on. He has a notebook and pencil he's about to take. And he's sitting right now. You see that he's lying on his pillow. You see that he turned on the lamp on so he can see. All right. Chapter 1, The Dark Woods. Jack couldn't sleep. He put his glasses on. He looked at the clock. It was 5:30. Too early to get up. Yesterday, so many strange things had happened. Now he was trying to figure them out. He turned on the light. He picked up his notebook. He looked at the list he made before going to bed. Found treehouse in woods. Found lots of books in it. Pointed to Pteranodon picture in a book. Made a wish. Went to time of dinosaurs. Pointed to picture of Frog Creek woods. Made a wish. Came home to Frog Creek. Jack pushed his glasses into place. Who was going to believe any of this? His mom wouldn't believe it. Neither would his dad or his 3rd grade teacher, Miss Watkins. Only his 7-year-old sister, Annie, understood. She'd gone with him to the time of dinosaurs. Can't you sleep? Annie was standing in his doorway. Nope, said Jack. Me neither, said Annie. What are you doing? She walked over to Jack and looked at his notebook. She read the list. Aren't you going to write about the gold medal? She asked. You mean gold medallion, said Jack. He picked up his pencil and wrote, Found this in dinosaur time. Aren't you going to put the letter M on the medal? Said Annie. Medallion, said Jack, not medal. He added M. Aren't you going to write about the magic person? Said Annie. We don't know for sure if there is a magic person, said Jack. Well, someone built the treehouse in the woods and someone put books in it. Someone lost a gold medal in the dinosaur time, said Annie. Medallion, said Jack. For the third time. And I'm just writing the facts. The stuff we know for sure. Let's go back to the treehouse right now, said Annie, and find out if the magic person is a fact. Are you nuts? Said Jack. The sun's not even up yet. Come on, said Annie. Maybe we can catch them sleeping. I don't think we should go there, said Jack. He was worried. What if the magic person was mean? What if he or she didn't want the kids to know about the treehouse? Well, I'm going, said Annie. Jack looked out his window and at the dark gray sky. It was almost dawn. He sighed. Okay, go get dressed. I'll meet you at the back door. Be quiet. Yay, whispered Annie. He tiptoed away as quietly as a mouse. Jack put on his jeans, a warm sweatshirt, and sneakers. He tossed his notebook and pencil in his backpack. He crept downstairs. Annie was waiting by the back door. She shined a flashlight in Jack's face. Ta-da! A magic wand. Shh! Don't wake up Mom and Dad, whispered Jack. And turn that flashlight off. We don't want anyone to see us. Annie nodded and turned the flashlight off. Then she clipped it onto her belt. Jack and Annie slipped out the door into the cool early morning air. Crickets were chirping. The dog next door barked. Quiet, Henry, whispered Annie. Henry stopped barking. Animals always seem to do what Annie said. Let's run, said Jack. Jack and Annie dashed across the dark, wet lawn and didn't stop until they reached the Frog Creek woods. We need the flashlight now, said Jack. Annie took it off of her belt and switched it on. Step by step, she and Jack walked between the trees. Jack held his breath. The dark woods were a little scary. Gotcha, said Annie, shining the flashlight in Jack's face. Jack jumped back. Then he frowned. Cut it out, he said. I scared you, said Annie. Jack glared at her. Stop pretending, he whispered. This is serious, okay? Okay. Annie shined her flashlight into the tops of the tree. Now, what are you doing, said Jack? Looking for the treehouse? The light stopped moving. The mysterious treehouse sat high in the branches of the tallest tree in the woods. Annie shined her light down the long rope ladder. I'm going up, she said, still holding the flashlight. She began to climb. Wait, Jack called. What if someone was in the treehouse? Annie, come back. But Annie was gone. The light had disappeared. Jack was alone in the dark. As you can see, Annie's about to get up because see that she's climbing already. And the light is still pointing at Jack. Still holding his hand. Jack is holding his hand so he don't want to get blind. You see the bushes, the branches everywhere. And you see the treehouse right up there. See the window thing. Chapter 2. Leaving again. Annie! Jack shouted. No one's here, she shouted back. Jack thought about going home. And he thought about all the books in the treehouse. He started up the ladder. When he was almost at the top, he saw light in the distant sky. Dawn was starting to break. Jack crawled through a hole in the tree house floor and took off his backpack. Annie shined her flashlight on the books scattered about the floor. They're still here, she said. Annie shined the light at the dinosaur book. It was the book that had taken them to time of dinosaurs. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Remember the Tyrannosaurus Rex? Asked Annie. Jack shuddered. Of course he remembered. How could anyone forget seeing a real live Tyrannosaurus Rex? The light fell on a book about Pennsylvania. A red silk bookmark stuck out of it. Remember the picture of Frog Creek? Said Annie. Of course, said Jack. The picture that had brought them home. There's my frigate, said Annie. The light was shining on a book about knights and castles. There was a blue leafed bookmark in it. Annie turned to the page with the bookmark. There was a picture of a knight on a black horse. He was riding toward a castle. Annie, close that book, said Jack. I know what you're thinking. And he pointed at the cover. Don't, Annie, said Jack. We wish we could go there. He said. No, we don't, shouted Jack. The wind began to moan. The leaves began to tremble. It was happening again. We're leaving, cried Annie. Get down! The wind moaned louder. The leaves shook harder. Jack squeezed his eyes shut. The treehouse started to spin. He spun faster and faster. Then everything was still, absolutely still. Then the book was moving too. My God, it looked like a treehouse spinning around and looked like this. Whoa. Let's continue. Jack opened his eyes. He shivered. The air was damp and cool. The sound of horse whinnying came from below. Nee, nee. I think we're here, whispered Annie. She was still holding the castle book. Excuse me. Jack peeked out the window. The huge castle loomed out of the fog. Jack looked around. The treehouse was in a different oak tree. Look, said Annie. Down below, a knight on a black horse was riding by. Oh man, said Jack. That's incredible. But we can't stay here. We have to go home and make a plan first. He picked up the book about Pennsylvania. He opened it to the page with the red silk bookmark. He pointed to the photograph of the Frog Creek woods. I wish. No, said Annie. She yanked the book away from him. Let's stay here. Let's stay. I want to visit the castle. You're nuts. We need to examine the situations, said Jack. From home. Let's examine it here, said Annie. Oh, we're not twisting the page. You see that all the books are a little messed up. They actually used to be like a long roadside, but now it's not. And you see the Pennsylvania book Annie is holding. Jack wants it back. And you see the knight. It should be like the same knight from the cover, from like right here. And you see the castle a little different now. I mean, castles used to be like that. Excuse me. Come on, Annie. Jack held out his hand. Give it. Annie gave the book. Annie gave Jack the book. Okay, you can go home. I'm staying, she said. She clipped the flashlight to her belt. Wait, said Jack. I'm going to take a peek. I'm going to take a peek. A tiny peek, she said. And she scooted down the ladder. Jack rolled. Okay. And he won. He couldn't leave without her. Besides, he sort of wanted to take a peek himself. Jack put down the book about Pennsylvania. He dropped the castle book into his pack. He stepped onto the ladder and head into the cool, misty air. Annie was under the tree. Chapter 3, Across the Bridge. Annie was under the tree, looking across the foggy ground. The knight's riding toward that bridge, I think, said Annie. The bridge goes to the castle. Wait, I look it up, said Jack. Give me the flashlight. He took the flashlight from Annie and pulled the castle book out of his pack. He opened it to the page with the leaf the bookmark. He read the words under the picture of the knight. This is a knight arriving for a castle feast. Knights wore armor when they traveled long and dangerous distance. Armor was very heavy. A tournament helmet could weigh up to 40 pounds. Wow! Jack had weighed 40 pounds when he was 5. He would be like riding a horse with a 5-year-old on your head, he thought. Jack pulled out his notebook. He wanted to take notes as he'd done on their dinosaur trip. He wrote, "Heavy head." What else? He turned the page of the castle book. He found a picture that showed the whole castle and buildings around it. The knights crossing the bridge, said Annie. He's going through the gate. He's gone. Jack studied the bridge. In the picture he read, a drawbridge crossed the moat. The moat was filled with water to help protect the castle from enemies. Some people believe crocodiles were kept in the moat. Jack wrote in his notebook, "Crocodiles in moat." Look, said Annie, peering through the mist. Oh, look at this. Excuse me, I yawned. You see the windmill, you see the hawk house. Where is it, by the way? Don't let me know. Don't you think the hawk house is right here or here? I don't know, but we'll find out. Oh, wait. Right here. No, this might be the castle, as you can see. And he's pointing at the hawk house and the windmill. And Jack is studying in the book. He's studying the book, but he thought the windmill was still in the book, and he thought he's in the book, but he's not. It's real. They just gone, by the way. A windmill right over there. Yeah, there's a windmill in here too, said Jack, pointing at the picture. Look at the real one, Jack, said Annie. Not the one in the book. A piercing shriek split the air. Yikes, said Annie. It sounded like it came from the little house over there. She pointed through the fog. There's a little house here. Excuse me. Studying the picture, he turned the page and read. The hawk house was in the inner ward of the castle. Hawks were trained to hunt other birds and small animals. Jack wrote in his notebook, Hawks in Hawk's house. We must be in the inner ward, said Jack. Listen, whispered Annie. Do you hear that? Drums and horns. They're coming from that castle. Let's go see. Wait, said Jack. He turned more pages of the book. I want to see what's really going on, Jack. Not what's in the book, said Annie. But look at this, said Jack. He pointed to a picture of a big party men were standing by the door playing drums and horns. He read, Feasts were held in the great hall. Fanfares were played to announce different dishes in a feast. You can look at the book. I'm going to the real feast. Wait, said Jack. Studying the picture, it showed boys his age carrying trays of foods. The trays were peacocks with all their feathers, whole pigs, and pies. Peacocks? Jack thought. He wrote, they eat peacocks? Jack held up the book to show Annie. Look, I think they eat. Where was she? Jack looked through the fog. He heard real drums and real horns. He saw the real hawk house, real windmill, the real moat. He saw Annie dashing across the real drawbridge. Then she vanished through the gate leading to the castle. Chapter 4. Into the castle. Oh, brother, muttered Jack. He threw his stuff into his pack and moved toward the drawbridge. He hoped no one would see him. It was getting darker. When Jack got to the bridge, he started across the wooden planks, creak under his feet. He peered over the edge of the bridge. Are there any crocodiles in the moat? He wondered. He couldn't tell. Halt! Someone shouted. A guard on the top of the castle wall was looking down. Jack dashed across the bridge. He ran through the castle gate and into the courtyard. He heard the sounds of music, shouting, and laughter. Jack hurried to the dark corner and crouched down. He shivered as he looked for Annie. Torches lit the high wall around the courtyard. The courtyard was nearly empty. Two boys led horses, then clopped over the gray cobblestones. Interesting, everyone. Cobblestones. One of them was the knight's black horse. Psst, Jack. Jack peered into the darkness. There was Annie. She was hiding behind a well in the center of the courtyard. She waved at him. Jack waved back. He waited until the boys and the horses disappeared inside the stable. Then he dashed to the well. I'm going to find the music, whispered Annie. Are you coming? Okay, Jack said with a sigh. They tiptoed together across the cobblestones. Then they slipped through the entrance of the castle. Laughter and music came from a bright room in front of them. They stood at the doorway and peeked in. Oh, this looked like... Wait. What's this? This looked like a trap, I think. And you see, let's do this entrance. You see that Jack and Annie peek or peeking down. You see the laughters. You see some swords balancing on their hands. You see there's a picture of the thing and picture of the horse, and you see a lamp right here. This will look like edge, and this might be like sparkles. And this is a wooden door. This might be like a creek that's very hard. And here's a dog with bones. And trays too, but okay, let's continue. The feast in the great hall, whispered Jack. He held his breath and started in awe. A giant fireplace blazed at one end of the noisy room. Antlers and rugs hung the stone walls. Flour covered the floor. People in the bright clothes and funny hats strolled among the crowd. Some played oddly shaped guitars. Some juggled bows in the air. Some balanced swords on their hands. Wow. Boys in the short dresses carried huge trays of food. Dogs were fighting over bones under the table. Men and women dressed in capes and fur sat at long, crowded wooden tables. I wonder what is the night, said Jack. I don't know, whispered Annie. But look, they're all eating with their fingers. Hot! Out! Someone shouted behind them. Jack whirled around. A man carrying a tray of pie standing a few feet away. Who art thou? He asked angrily. Jack, squeaked Jack. Annie, squeaked Annie. They're pretty weird kids, I think. Then they ran as fast as they could down a dimly lit hallway. Oh, we can't go yet. We need to explain. See Jack and Annie running, dashing across, and you see a man carrying trays of pie. See the wooden door and what I told you, creek or stone. Ooh, chapter 5. Trapped. Come on, cried Annie. Hurry! Jack raced behind her. Here, quick. Here, quick. Annie dashed toward a door off the hallway. She pushed the door open. Jack and Annie stumbled into a dark, cold room. The door creaked shut behind them. Give me the flashlight, said Annie. Jack handed to her the flashlight. She switched it on. Yikes, she said Annie. A row of knights was right in front of them. Oh, you see a row of knights, but you see Annie pointing at them. And you see the row of knights doesn't have heads because it might be a animal. Maybe. Let's find out. This might be an animal. Annie flick off the light. Silent. They aren't moving, Jack whispered. Switch the light back on. They're just suits, Jack said. Without heads, said Annie. Let me have the flashlight for a second, said Jack, so I can look in the book. And he handed Jack the flashlight. He pulled out his castle book. He flipped through the pages until he found what he was looking for. Jack put the book away. It's called The Animal. I was right, everyone. I was right, animal.
Armory.
Wait, armory? Oh, armory. Oh, not animal. Actually, that was my mom. I want to say thank you to my mom.
Welcome.
Okay, let's continue, everyone. It's where armor and weapons are stored. He shined the flashlight around the moon, not moon, room. Oh man, whispered Jack. The light fell on the shiny breastplates, leg plates, and arm plates. Shelves were filled with helmets and weapons. Shields, spears, swords, crossbows, clubs, battle axe hung on the walls. A voice came from the hallway. Wait. Let's hide, said Annie. Wait, said Jack. I got to check on something first. Hurry, said Annie. I take just a second, said Jack. Hold this. He handed Annie the flashlight. He tried to lift a helmet from a shelf. It was too heavy. He bent down, dragged the helmet over his head. The visor slammed shut. Oh man, thought Jack, this is worse than having a 5-year-old on my head. It's like having a 10-year-old on my head. Not only could Jack not lift his head, he couldn't see anything either. Oh, look at the mast. You see the mast right here? See all the battle axles. You see all the shields. It's all messed up. And you see, Jack. You see Jack can't get up because he's in the helmet. Jack! And he sounded far away. They're getting closer. Turn off the flashlight. Jack's voice echoed inside the metal helmet. He struggled to get the helmet off. Suddenly, he lost his balance and went crashing into other pieces of armor, metal plates, and weapons clattered to the floor. And Jack lay on the floor in the dark. He tried to get up, but his head was too heavy. He heard deep voices. Someone grabbed him by the arm. The next thing he knew, his helmet was yanked off. He was staring into the fiery light of a torch. Oh, that's it, everyone. We'll continue next. So I hope you enjoyed that book. Stay safe, stay healthy, and Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you have a fun Christmas day on your trip to winter. Bye.